Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at friends who revealed they were the worst friends. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. She invited me to hang out. 35 minutes in, she was like, I'll be right back. Gets in the car with her boyfriend and leaves me at her house with her kid siblings. She tricked me into babysitting. What the heck? If you want your friend to help you with something, just tell them directly and I'm sure they will help you. Don't do something like this. A friend was moving internationally. He offered me a fridge and washing machine for about half price. I was in uni but desperately needed it. I told him I had like $20 per week to work with and he was cool with it. We agreed to $15 per week for a year. 6 weeks later, his girlfriend comes around to tell me he wants to take me to court to get the rest in one payment. I get served and go to court and present the original agreement. His girlfriend says he needs the money urgently and the judge says that don't mean anything. He then calls my dad and says I stole his stuff. Dad calls me and I lay it all out. Dad ends up paying him the remainder just to get him to go away. What the heck? How are you going to agree with something and then go back on your words? Jeez. My 16th birthday, I invited my friends over for a party including dinner. I spent all day cooking with my dad and made beautiful chocolate mousse cups in chocolate bowls. I went all out and I was so proud of the meal. I told everyone that dinner was at 6:30. Nobody showed up until 8:30. They were completely stoned and had a bag of toys from Dollar Tree. I had already cleaned up and put away all the food. They had been hanging out without me on my birthday and I was still an afterthought. That's so sad. I feel so bad for them right now. I'm sure the dad was feeling really bad too. I can't believe they still showed up. You know, I would rather them not show up. Like if you're gonna show up 2 hours late stoned, don't show up at all. Like what? Now you're expecting them to take care of you or something? My best friend since middle school got me knocked unconscious after starting a confrontation with a large group of guys. Proceeded to tell everyone we worked with that I started it. Few weeks later, I had returned from a holiday to my home country and he had moved one of his friends into my room at the place we were renting. Never talked to him again. Best friend? Isn't it crazy how you could consider someone your best friend and then like one day later, they're suddenly not your best friend anymore? That's sad. That's honestly sad. Promised to invite me to a group outing, only to text me one day out of the blue that they already left and oh well. From mutual friends who went on the outing, they told me that this friend never told them that I was invited. Oh well. Well, I'm glad all the mutual friends know what a jerk that one friend is anyways. This friend for sure wanted to make them feel left out, you know? Because why would you text someone and be like, oh sorry, we already left. Oh wells, we forgot about you. Oh wells. Yeah, they wanted to let them know for sure. After 25 years of friendship, I announced to my best friend that I was moving to the city she was in. I had a great job opportunity and felt like it was an awesome time to make a big life change. I was so excited to tell her. I could hardly wait. She flatly replied with, cool. And when I asked her what parts of town I should look at to live in, she stated, I can't help you. You should just figure it out when you get here. We never had a fight, had been close for our entire adult lives, and I had continually helped her in all aspects of her life without hesitation. To this day, I cannot tell you why she started treating me like this. Long story short, we live in the same city and haven't seen each other in 6 years. And I'm quite sure we live minutes away from each other. I will probably never know what happened. Whoa, what happened? Why? Because it seemed like everything was fine until they told them that. What the heck? Maybe she was like mad that they got such a good opportunity and she was still living in the city without doing anything good in her life. You know, it just sounds like that. Because why wouldn't you be happy for your friend? Like nothing was wrong. Like imagine you being so happy to tell your best friend this because you're so happy to be living close to them and then seeing them more often, you know, because you now live in the same city. And before all that, you guys were always close. Why would they be treating you like that now? Weird. It just makes me think that maybe she was just jealous. Sometimes there are friends who are really happy to be around you because they're better than you. You know, it makes them feel better about themselves. So once you reach a better point in your life or like a higher point, they start getting mad at you because they're jealous and they just don't want to be around you anymore because them being around you just reminds of how their life is not going that well, but yours is, and they just can't be there for that. They just can't be happy for you. So for those friends, just ditch them, just leave them, you know. Don't be with them. Your friends should be happy for your success and be happy that you're blooming, you know what I mean? Jeez. Friends that just want to see you wilt, yeah, you don't need those people in your life. Had one friend that bought a bunch of tickets for a midnight movie premiere for myself and our entire friend groups. Day of the show, he texts me and says he forgot to buy a ticket for me. I ask, what do you mean you forgot to buy my ticket? Of the 15 you bought, how is my ticket that you decided wasn't purchased? Turns out he did buy a ticket for me, included in the 15 he bought, but he just met a girl the week prior and decided to give my ticket to her. So our entire friends group went to the movie, minus me. There's other things he did to me as well. We're no longer friends. Rude. That's so rude, honestly. Just be upfront about it. You know what I mean? Don't try to hide things. If you wanted the girl to go instead, just tell him and be like, oh, I met a really nice girl and I didn't buy a ticket for her, but I really want to spend time with her. Can I just give your ticket to her? How hard is that? At least you're being respectful and then maybe your friend will understand. But no, you gotta be like, actually, I didn't buy your ticket. You little pompous head. I don't even know if I'm using that term correctly, but I love using it now. It just sounds like something you just call someone because they're being mean, okay? You pompous. It turns out that he lied about every single thing. We were friends for over a year, but it felt like we'd known each other forever. He would always make it a point to let me know that I was someone he trusted and that I was the only person he had. He would tell me that everyone leaves him and that he always hurts people, and my response to this was to make sure that I would never leave his texts unanswered and promise to be there for him no matter what. Wow, that's... I don't know. Something about that behavior sounds controlling to me. One day out of the blue, he tells me that our friendship is over. I remember feeling like my heart was shattered. I cried for weeks trying to figure out what I'd done wrong. Our mutual friends assured me that he had a very good reason for doing this and he'd be back to being my friend soon. How are the friends gonna be like, yeah, he's not your friend now, but don't worry, he'll be your friend later on? That's not how it works as friends. So I began waiting, constantly worried about him. He told all our mutual friends what was wrong, except me, and instructed them not to let me know. Finally, my best friend calls me one day and tells me that he's lied to every single person he knows and nothing we thought we knew about him was true at all. Turns out he told everyone that he'd been diagnosed with cancer and had to take time away from everyone. During our friendship, he opened up to me about his extremely abusive household, and most of our friendship was me letting him know that he deserved better and I'd do anything to help him out of there. None of what he said was true. The truth came out because one of my friends caved and called his sister to find out how he was doing. She was confused because he was absolutely healthy, and when asked about his parents' separation, she confirmed that their parents were indeed together and were never at a risk of divorce. Wow, I knew there was something off about him. He just sounded so manipulative. That's so crazy. Wouldn't you want genuine care and love rather than make people like you because they feel bad for you or something? Like, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me. The fact that he made up this whole story so people would, you know, care about him more is weird. I would hate that kind of love, whatever it is. I don't want people to like me because they pity me. I would not like that. Going over to the house to hang out and finding around 10 of my missing Xbox games in a loose stack of discs in his living room. Arriving late to a friend's birthday party a few years ago, the birthday boy introduced me as the guy I was telling you about. Cool dude, but I wouldn't trust him with my wallet. He was drunk and it wasn't a joke. Wait, he found his missing things in a friend's house? Imagine like you'd lose like things, right? And then all of a sudden, all your lost things you see at your friend's place. That's the worst. What? It was my 17th birthday. I had invited 2 of my best friends to stay the night. I waited for hours and finally got a text saying they got in trouble. They were twins and couldn't stay the night. About an hour later, they were tagged in pictures. They were at another girl's house. I confronted them the next day and they stuck with the lie and said their mum wouldn't drive them because they were terrible, so they walked to this other girl's house. My mum asked their mum because she knew how hurt I was. She didn't even know about my birthday and they weren't in trouble. I stopped hanging out with them. Learned a few months later that one of them had decided she didn't like me because her crush thought I was cute. Imagine ruining a friendship because your crush thought your friend is cute. Like, you don't even know whether your friend finds your crush cute or not. And if she does, then yeah, cool, be happy for her. Like, what, you thought just because they're your crush you have a chance with them or something? Savage, I know, but like but like, that's what it is, you know? Like, just because you like someone doesn't mean that someone is going to like you back instantly, you know? So if they like someone else, be happy for them. Why would you be salty? Like, aren't you supposed to wish happiness for the person that you like? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!